I don't see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the morning show, the most hated name in news. Why are we hated? Because we give you the news and people don't like that. Welcome to everybody, men, women, those who identify as cardboard boxes. You're all welcome here this morning, maybe not the next one. The man on the console, the board, it's Poseidon. You already know him as Poseidon69 on Twitter and on Instagram. Did you also know that he's on Twitch, twitch.tv/ThePoseidon69. That's his handle all over that online realm, the metaverse, if you will. Poseidon plays a lot of video games, and he likes to share his adventures with you or with anyone who watches, mostly children. He upsets them, and they watch his stream. He's a very popular streamer amongst 12-year-olds. So he plays Fortnite with Trudeau very often. Did you know that? You didn't know that. I just shared that information with you. Patreon.com/Pantelis is where you go to get exclusive content. Also, that's how you support the show, is Patreon. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Without further ado, let's give it over to the man with the news, the guy with the noose around his neck, because this contract is so heavily ironclad, he just can't get out of it any morning. It's George, the mouth of the South, the host of Just Us Dads, Jiggity Jiggity, Chandrizos.
What's going on, everyone?
Hi, G.
How are you guys feeling? Seriously.
I heard a rumor that your pathetic friends, the political class, the political elite, are planning on locking us down and instituting another curfew today. Is this correct?
I don't know exactly if they're gonna if it's going to involve a curfew, and I'm not so sure they're gonna use the word lockdown. I have a feeling they're just gonna announce certain measures, which is pretty much gonna be indicative of a lockdown. But I think the wording is gonna be very carefully.
I don't care about the wording, George. Is a rose not a rose even by any other name, such as not a rose? Yes, still a rose.
Or maybe, I mean, I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of stuff. I've been obviously reading the news, and they're pretty much all reporting the same things.
This just in, George can read.
There is one piece of information that I got that pretty much validates a little bit what you're thinking. Basically, it'll start as of the 26th of December. So he's going to let Christmas go, and then as of the 26th, that's when he's going to come up with stricter kind of measures. Possibility of a curfew as of 10 p.m. You know, the courses obviously are going to so he's going to extend the period during Christmas, so the students are only going to come back towards the end of January. So there's a bunch of stuff like that I'm hearing. He already announced the different businesses had to close down, like the restaurants. I think I think he did that or it wasn't him, it was the health minister.
Will there be any money given to the people that are not allowed to work? That's the next question.
Yeah, that's federal. So I was going to get to that, but before we get to that, there is a possibility that non-essential businesses.
And George, I gotta say this: I don't think you're using the correct microphone. I don't think your audio is coming from your microphone.
Yeah,
I believe it's coming from your laptop.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to insult you, George, in any way. However, you look like a buffoon this morning.
Hold on.
I'm not trying to insult you, but I believe.
How's that?
Word on the street. Let's hear.
1, 2, check. Yeah.
There he is. Now he got the correct microphone.
That's better.
There you go. Sorry, guys.
Look, your apology, I accept it. Are the people at home going to accept it? Probably not.
Please, don't shoot me. Anyway, so there is a possibility that that non-essential businesses do close down. So we'll have to wait and see. It is going to be an important
Define non-essential business.
anything that doesn't deal with essential services. So you're. I'm afraid to say this, man, but the restaurants.
Feeding people not essential. You don't need to eat to survive. Interesting.
What else was closed last year that wasn't deemed essential?
Strip clubs.
That's very essential.
Well, it's essential to the strippers.
No.
They gotta make they gotta make that bread, dog.
Exactly.
I just hate the fact that we're back here, and we were talking about this last week about the potential that Omicron had to cause this. We were all laughing about it, thinking that come on, it can't be that bad. It can't be worse than Delta was.
Well, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad in danger levels, but it's fucking spreading like a motherfucker. Everybody has it.
Listen, from what I'm reading, the Institut National de la Santé Publique, so our public health agency, came out and said yesterday that 80% of the new cases are related to Omicron in our hospitals. We passed this. These are record numbers. We haven't seen these. So we passed 5,000 cases on Monday. So Tuesday's numbers are going to come out today. They're suspecting that it's over 6,000. So yeah, it is spreading like crazy. There was a chart that was put up. I can't remember. I think it was La Presse that put it up, where it had numbers compared to last year December and this year December, where the cases are 90% higher. However, the hospitalizations are like 60% lower, and the deaths are, I can't remember the percentage, much lower as well.
Exactly. I love that. Survive, people.
All this to say, so this is exactly what politicians are using. And this is what I find funny.
Hold on. If it's that much lower, doesn't that mean that we're shutting everything down for what technically now, at this point, 2 years later, is the flu?
Turned down for what?
Yeah, I don't know what the flu numbers are, but here's the thing. When I saw the chart, the first reaction I had was, okay, so what's the panic? Okay, there's more cases. We get it. It's normal, but there's much more vaccinated people. So there's less hospitalizations. That makes sense. Less deaths. Everything makes sense to me. And yeah, there is more cases because we're dealing with a new variant. Okay, I get it. So that's my initial thoughts upon seeing that chart. But now I was looking at all the Twitter feed and, some news and some stuff that I was reading, and you have all the politicians using that to say, look, vaccination is working. Our plan is working. What we're doing, we're on track. And it's like, fucking dumbass. You're not on track for anything. People are still getting it. Your hospitals are still underfunded, under-equipped.
That's the problem, is that they're underfunded and equipped. If they can't handle 5 people in the emergency room, and they've been asking for that help for years, that's where the issue is. We're not giving money to the right places.
Yeah, exactly. It just goes to show you how they manipulate the information, obviously. So it's worrying. So you have all the health agency coming out and saying by mid-January, at this rate, our hospitals are going to be maxed out. And I think that when we reach, what was it? I think 1,000 hospitalizations or close to 1,800 hospitalizations. We're in fucking red alert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, how many people live in this province?
I think we're over 400 right now. I think
that live in this province.
8.5 million.
8.5 million people,
about.
And 800 emergency room beds is past capacity.
Yeah, it can't even handle 1% of the population.
We're one of the best goddamn states on the planet, and we fucked it up. I take blame for it too. I take blame. Did I run for politics? Did I try to make things better? No, I just sit here and make fun of it.
Yeah, it honestly, everything
That's
is
important
your fault.
too.
It is important, but I'm just saying I could have used this big brain for other things than dick jokes.
See, I'm not a very big fan, but
of me.
Listen to Vince Gusso because the media loves this guy.
I only listen to Vince Russo.
He speaks his mind all the time, and he doesn't shy away of just fucking calling out politicians and calling them dumb on national television, which I like actually about him. But they seem to bring him on all the time. He just opened a new movie theater, and it happened at the exact same day when the government came out and shut them down. So and he was saying, listen, fuck, it's irresponsible. This is whatever the 4th wave that we're going into, and the government says that we're still not prepared. We're still doing our best. What happened in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd wave? How come there wasn't, like you've been saying, and like many have been saying, how come we haven't injected more money? How come we haven't gotten more beds?
How come the hospital network, the health network, hasn't improved?
Reach out to Guzzo. Let's get him on a podcast. Let's hear him out. Might have a point. Let's hear him out.
In preparation of a potential new wave. So I don't know what has been going on. Obviously, the government had a plan to bring back retired health professionals, which has been working. I'm not so sure it has been working at the rate that they thought it would. But yeah, look, I mean, we're in the same situation. Nothing really has changed. We're still not prepared better than we were 2 years or last year rather. So yeah, we're stuck and we don't know what's going on, and we're scared shitless. Fuck, you know what I mean? I'm seeing numbers jump up to over 6,000. I mean, I don't remember that happening last year at all, unless I'm wrong. But so yeah, I don't know. I'm really, really worried about where this is going to go. Obviously, it's the holidays. Obviously, a lot of people aren't going to respect.
I have a question for you, George, because you're in the know. Is Vincent Guzzo on Twitter, Vincenzo Guzzo, Mr. Sunshine? Is that him? Because I'm going to send him a direct message right now, letting him know he has a welcome on the podcast. I want to hear him out.
He has like a blue check mark.
He does have a blue check mark, so this is him.
Yeah,
so it says Vincenzo. Does he go by Vincent? Should I call him Vince?
Yeah, it's Vince Guzzo. Yeah, that's him.
Ask him when he comes in for a podcast.
Mr. Sunshine. Like, if you read like his first tweets, like it's fucking.
Carry on, George, because you guys are being quiet.
Yeah, because I'm just going through some of the tweets. Yeah, this guy, he's in your face.
Yeah.
There were rumors that he was going to run for the conservative leadership federally, and he didn't. I mean, it's no secret that he's a conservative, and that he helps the Conservative Party. So yeah, he's gotten very political the last year or so, 2 years. He's really been front and center with all the news. And rightfully so. I mean, and it's not only him. I mean, there's all these other restaurateurs that, he's not the only one that has multiple businesses to run that he hasn't been able to run. I don't know exactly what kind of decision that was to open another theater. I mean, I'm not so sure I would take it. Definitely he has much more courage than I do, especially in that in his business. But yeah, see if you can get him. I might know people that know him, Pantelis. If you want, I can reach out.
I am just about to send the message right now. I'm almost done. Love. Pantelis. Kissy face. XOXO. How many X's and O's are too many X's and O's?
I think 3 of each is fine, and then you got to put the.
Well, it has been sent. Now he is going to get a direct message from this dude. Yeah, I'd like to have him on. I'd like to hear his thoughts on this, because they are crippling his business.
Well, again, it's not only his business, right?
They're crippling my business, George. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, look, everyone that's in business that isn't deemed essential has suffered. Even the ones that are deemed essential have suffered. So, I mean, everyone has taken a hit.
I'm very essential, and I'll tell you why, George. Because apparently, as we found out yesterday, and I found out the day before from a member of the funeral parlor, I guess, community in Montreal, many suicides, more than ever. Suicide. You know who prevents suicides, bro? You know who does?
Laughter.
This guy.
Right there.
Yeah, this guy. Not all the time. There's a murder-suicide that we couldn't prevent from one of our fans. But apart from that one, the rest we prevented.
So, I mean, I'm reading, I'm reading news directly from doctors, and they don't know what else to do. There's so many in the health system that have left. They're discouraged. They don't want to work as health professionals anymore. The hospitals are all getting prepared for the worst. Like I said, given the trend, they believe that by early January the hospitals will have reached their capacity.
Oh God!
So I mean, how do you tell the hospital workers or even the administrators that, listen, buddy, we're going through this again. Figure it out. Figure what out? Like, what can the hospitals do? I mean, that's the question that I'd love someone at the government to answer. What are you expecting the hospitals to do?
Be sad.
Of course, be sad, but I mean, you're putting all this weight on their shoulders, and you're expecting them to find magic solutions to take care of all these people. This new variant is spreading much quicker than they can vaccinate people, the third dose. So obviously, we're not going to vaccinate ourselves out of this one. So at this point, it's what? Just sit and wait for the fucking catastrophe. So it's crazy. It's crazy because I can understand, the different businessmen and women and everyone that's involved in whatever sphere of activity that has suffered through this tough time to be discouraged. But when you're listening to the actual health professionals that should be taking care of these people telling you that I've done it, I've had it, that's it, I've had enough, ciao, bye, leaving, and you have the government running after all these retired nurses and doctors to bring them back into the system to save the situation, I mean, it's more than worrying.
So here's the thing. I believe, George, that this nefarious plot to screw with us will have to come to an end this year. People have had enough. I'll tell you one thing, George. They're trying to shut us down. They think they're gonna cut us from the knees. That's what they think. They think, oh, they can't do live shows. Oh, what are they gonna do? They can't raise any money for their operations. Well, bitches. Patreon.com/Pantelis. What do you know about that? That's what we're doing. Right. Yeah. Try to shut down our live shows. We're doubling down on streaming, George. You feel me?
Look, at least you're in a position, Pantelis, to find alternate solutions to, whatever, for your business.
And it's not over. If that doesn't work, Poseidon's going to be selling his body.
Don't act like he doesn't want to.
He does. The problem isn't getting Poseidon to volunteer to sell his body. It's getting potential buyers. That's the issue here. That's what... So we've been...
I specialize in old ladies in their 80s.
What is Brodigan saying? My homeboy Brodigan.
Yeah, I was about to say. John Brodigan. Just wanted to say happy Boxing Day to my favorite Chanuckle heads. I'd say Merry Christmas, but I didn't think Trudeau allowed Jesus in Canada.
Yeah, he probably doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get upset. Is he a Fortnite character? I got the Jesus skin on the Fortnite. No, I don't mind that. Honestly, again, I just make fun of Trudeau, but I don't care that. I actually like the fact that he plays Fortnite. I like that he unwinds. I don't mind any of that. The rest of what he does at work is what I have a problem with. No. His personal life, I'm cool with all of it.
Yeah. Well, today he's announcing stuff. I'll go through them a little bit later, but before, let's just finish over at the provincial side, because Quebec has asked the federal government for help to send in the military and the Red Cross so they can help with the vaccinations, because they don't have enough people to do the vaccinations. So they've asked.
Why did the military? Wasn't there like 90% of the province vaccinated?
For the third dose, they want to. They want to accelerate.
Whoa! Hold on a second, G.
Hold on a second,
G. This is a little absurd. First of all, the second dose, we don't know when most people or whatever got it. So since we said that 6 to 8 month period for the booster, a lot of the people that are double dosed, they're not in the necessary period if they even wanted the third dose yet.
Guys, let me just remind you, because we spoke about that last week. I told you that the Canadian Health Agency suddenly approved that it's no longer 6 months, it's 3 months. So they reduced it to 3 months.
Oh, bro, this is they're sending in the military too. I don't like any of this.
Yeah.
What are we, fucking Australia?
Well, they asked for help. I don't know how much help they're gonna provide, because the sources from the federal government are saying that, look, we don't have enough military people that know how to how to vaccinate. So it goes, we'd be shocked if there were even 100 people in the army.
So
they're not sure exactly.
What's the booster going to boost? Right now, they said that the boosters and the shots don't work with variants that didn't exist when it was created. Well, when this was created, the Omicron variant didn't exist, and now it's the Omicron that's rampaging through everyone. So what's the booster going to do?
Actually, I was listening to the radio the other day, and the people from Moderna came out and said that their virus deals better with
their virus.
They've researched that their vaccine is much better to combat the Omicron.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah. It's so, much better.
I don't know what kind of research these guys did, or what numbers they have, or what metrics.
You know the thing that's less deadly than the thing that was less deadly than 1%? Yeah, we're cool with that. Really, how do you measure that? Fuck you. It's just like AstraZeneca. We're not causing any blood clots. It just quietly disappears. Everybody stops using AstraZeneca, and no one talks about it again. Everybody who was talking about it in the beginning is a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, like that meme that was going around a while back with Homer Simpson in the bushes.
Yeah, that was AstraZeneca, and that was also the government's. I remember the day that Trudeau announced. He goes, "All of them, you shouldn't choose. Whatever is available, that's what's right for you. They're all safe." A day later, we got to stop using AstraZeneca, and he never apologized. He never apologized that he sent people out there to get it.
Oh man, and there's a lot of people that got it, and they got screwed because there wasn't enough to get the second shot, so they had to mix. I mean, I don't even know how you even trust that. So I don't know. Anyway.
We're such fucking idiots.
Look, guys, I don't even know how to describe the situation that we're in, honestly. And again, we were in the same situation last year. Remember Christmas time where we kind of saw
I like how
the light
Olga's
at the end of
dropping.
the tunnel, and then
it went from 30% to 75% efficacy. Yeah. Those stats are 100% to be trusted. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's happening, man. Our health system is loaded. They're getting prepared for the worst, which every expert is saying that we're going to get there. It's only a matter of time. Given the number of cases and hospitalization that we have now, usually they say that it takes 2 weeks for that to transform into actual serious hospitalization. So everybody is looking. It's what we said around the beginning of January to see how that translates in the hospital. So I don't know, man. Everyone is kind of on high alert, waiting for the worst to happen. So there's an announcement today by Premier Legault, 6 p.m., which is much later than he usually does them. Usually they're around noon, around 11, 11:30 around that time.
He's gonna try to brag. He's gonna be like, "You see this 6 p.m. I'm having a press conference. You won't be able to." That's what he's trying to say.
Exactly.
He's like, you better have been home an hour ago, because what I'm announcing is if I catch you outside right now,
I'm breaking your legs.
I mean, look, when you announce 6 p.m., it's obviously strategic, right? You want as many people as possible to listen to it. It's 6 p.m. Most people are home in any case, supper time or whatever. So it's going to be serious. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm suspecting from what I'm reading, there's a lot of information out there that are suggesting that as of the 26th of December, which is this week, at the end of the week, basically, fucking dropping a big bomb there. Everything's gonna close down. I just don't want to have a curfew. I can understand the lockdown, or maybe not. I don't know what the fuck I understand or want anymore. But you want to limit contacts, that's fine. Are we going to have a curfew again? I just don't want to go back into that.
I got to say something. Poseidon, stop writing in the chat because it says Pantelis Comedy said it. I didn't say any of that.
No, but they know. They
don't know. There's people that don't watch the show regularly. They're going to come on. They're going to think I'm harassing Olga because she joined Antifa. And in the chat, I said we should sacrifice children to get the real cure from their blood. Crazy, I agree. Very crazy of her to say that stuff. However, freedom of speech, bro. Calm down.
It was not on Olga. Olga, it's Christine.
Yeah. Oh, really? Christine hasn't said anything.
She said, as soon as I saw her in the chat, bro, gulag.
Really?
Yeah.
You gulagged? You preemptively gulagged someone?
Bro, I've been waiting since Sunday, bro.
Look, the man is unstable because of all these goddamn lockdowns. This is what it does.
This is what you do. Oh, God.
Carry on.
So I mean, look, it's things are getting very scary, man. I had a scare. A friend of mine who was over on Sunday, actually, a person that he was in contact with. Apparently, there was a risk of COVID infection. So it's like you don't know what to do anymore. They told you to get the second vaccine and that you'd be safe, and now you're not. Whatever, man. Look, I don't know. Honestly, I really.
For the record, I told you this months ago, George, and you kept folding and folding and folding, and you amongst with the rest of the goddamn public. I refuse to fold any longer. I'm not that foldable. There are limits to the folding.
Look, I mean, what concerns me more than anything is what you said. It's people's mental state. At this point, it's like, we're getting, we've reached the point where people just they can't anymore. They just can't fucking handle it anymore. And imagine the people that were vulnerable mentally before this whole thing started. Imagine that whole situation, right? So I don't know, man. I mean, we're in a very bad place right now, and it's really upsetting, and it's I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Anyway.
Yeah, so George is saying that there is, the other George, Gigi, in the chat, is saying that he has insider information from the hospitals, and apparently curfew will be starting Monday the 27th at 9:30 p.m. Now, if you watch this show frequently, you will know that we are in the habit of breaking news here, and I think we just broke it from Montreal, all of Quebec. The only way to fight that is to just not listen, I guess. What else do you do?
We've been saying this too, that this shit is just gonna keep happening.
Yep.
People don't listen.
George is very sad right now.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm sad. I mean, look, we don't know what they're going to announce. I mean, I've been reading a lot of things, so obviously there's so much things that my brain is processing in the last 24 to 48 hours, let's say. But look, I don't know. I really don't know what to say. You know, the curfew bothered me before. I could understand the strategy of closing things down earlier or limiting access to certain businesses, even though it makes absolutely no sense. I understand it though. You wanna limit the number of people that come in contact with each other. But to actually fucking start policing people around, what the hell are you doing out? Give me the proof. Where are you? What are you doing? Where are you working? Are you allowed to be out? Do you have a letter from your employer? Like, where the fuck are we living, man?
Thank you.
Where are we living?
Thank you, George. Thank you for agreeing with Pantelis from a year and a half ago. Thank you. That's nice.
You know, and again, I don't include myself in this because I'm fine, right? It's everyone else that I'm thinking about that has to just fucking go back into this situation where, you know how many people were driving recklessly last year? We spoke about this, man.
Yeah.
It was curfew was at 8 p.m. You had fucking people at 7:50 driving like maniacs because they had to get home because they were afraid somebody might stop them. And you're like, what the fuck, man? We're instilling fear in people's minds.
Yes, I remember this. I remember being hunted down by a police cruiser. Who, remember this that night?
Yeah.
Hunted me down, chased me, and then didn't pull me over. Didn't want anything to do with me. Just put the fear of God in me. Yeah. I wasn't scared, but they thought that's what they did, I guess. I don't know. Like, this guy will end up going home. I don't know. When I have my papers, they won't stop me.
If anything, I would even argue that the curfew makes it worse.
Curfew does make it worse. People keep hiding shit.
Not just that.
And then people stay all weekend together.
Not just that. Also,
And they spread syphilis.
No,
Which is at least 4 to 5 times more dangerous.
it is?
Yeah, syphilis can kill you.
Fuck.
Many of heroes have died from syphilis. Villains too, but many heroes as well.
God damn.
Anyway,
You ever heard of Winston Churchill?
Yes.
Syphilis.
Was it syphilis?
Really?
Was
No.
it?
That's what I'm saying.
No, but
Anyway,
Adolf Hitler?
It was syphilis in a pill.
No, I don't know. I was just asking what happened to Adolf Hitler after he went to Argentina. Did you think he got Argentinian syphilis?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
What I mean
think
by
he
it
caught
makes
it.
it
He
worse.
caught it in the submarine.
Yeah,
What I
exactly.
mean by it makes it
He
worse
got scurvy.
is people who would it's people who would usually do their stuff later on at night. Now they got to do it with everyone else, and it packs everyone in.
Yeah, I said this last year. Everything's just going to get more full, too, because you just shove everyone in at the same time because they have no choice because everything's closed. And then everybody starts spreading it. This is a horrible idea. It's not the curfew that's going to make a difference.
No.
Yeah. As it didn't last time.
No, it didn't. But again, I don't think last time we were hitting these types of numbers where we were like 6,000 daily.
But what does it matter if it's not deadly, if people are getting the sniffles and going back? That's what I'm saying. Like right now, I feel like there's
I know.
this weird disconnect with like reality. What do I give a shit about what the numbers are if people are getting over it in 3 days? And that it's crazy to me now.
No, guaranteed.
Like one of our boys, French comedian, who we're not going to name because I don't know if he told everyone that he has it. He was supposed to come do a couple of shows with us this week. And he told me, he goes, bro, I can't. We'll do it in 2 weeks. I tested positive. And I asked, I go, is it bad? Like, how you feeling? He goes, honestly, if this was 2019, he said, I'd be going to work. That's how my symptoms are. Like, they're whatever. I'm sick, but like I could still function. He goes, I would be, if this was 2019, I would be going to work. He goes, so just so you know what the Omicron is like.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I'm thinking, we're seeing the cases rise. We're seeing the hospitalizations kind of, not being as high as they used to be, which obviously suggests that the vaccination is working.
And if a lot
that's
of
the
people
whole
are going
point.
to the hospital with symptoms,
fear.
but not symptoms enough to be hospitalized, then you guys don't think that maybe the problem is the way that the politicians and the media are spinning this, scaring the shit out of people. So the second they have a headache, they're rushing the fucking hospital. You
Look,
should be
there's
going to the
always-
hospital when you need the hospital, when it's extreme cases. If right now, flu-like symptoms are scaring the shit out of people so much because of what they're being told every day that they have to all rush to the fucking hospital, and the nurses are like, Jesus fucking Christ. There's another problem. That's what happens when you fucking mass indoctrinate people and they're scared. I get it. You don't know. You're like, oh, they told me I'm gonna die. So you rush to the fucking hospital, and the hospital's like, just fucking go home, stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wait 6 hours for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not only that. I mean, look, first of all, you never know what might happen, right? And you're asymptomatic, or you might have a runny nose or something that is, normal, right?
Yeah.
Like a little scratchy
Stay
throat
home.
or whatever the fuck it is. What if you give it to someone that, that might get
Exactly.
affected
So stay home.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. So limit the contact. So that's why I don't have an issue with them limiting access to I am against it, but I understand the logic behind it. You don't want people in proximity, but I just don't understand what the curfew fucking changes. That's what I don't get.
Well, I mean, everybody knows
And
it's more dangerous. It's more dangerous if you go buy bread at night.
Yeah,
That's why.
Anyways, we'll see what they announced today.
Go buy the same
it's
bread in the
not
middle of
only
the day,
in
less
Quebec,
chances of
by
getting
the way.
COVID.
And it's not only in Quebec. I mean, we're seeing record numbers all over the world, right? I mean, Spain, France, Portugal as well. They're hitting numbers that they weren't. I mean, we're talking about 50,000 a day. I think France yesterday hit over 50,000 a day in less than 24 hours. What do you want me to tell you? You know what I mean? So the fact that you're seeing all these things happening all over the world as well, it kind of puts some panic into our leaders as well. It's like, oh fuck, look what's happening in France, look what's happening in Spain. Are we going to see these numbers over here in Canada as well?
Can't believe they got that international variant when they were locked down and no one could go in and out. That is crazy how this thing works.
Yeah. What was that picture that was sent out with where Justin Trudeau had a mask on? I can't remember what event, and then they flipped to the other picture where they were meeting for I can't remember what summit it was. I think it was the G7 in England, where everyone is looking at the sky. I don't know what the fuck they were looking at, jets or whatever. Everyone, no masks, laughing, hugging.
Obviously, George, rules for thee, not for he.
So yeah. But look, I'll be honest with you. As a parent, I'm a little bit relieved, to be honest with you, that the schools closed down. We were getting emails daily about cases in our schools, and of course, look, I mean, we know kind of deep down that kids aren't really that much affected like adults are. But at the same time, fuck, you don't want your kid getting sick because you don't know what the hell might happen. So Monday they announced all the schools were closing. It was like a fucking last minute decision. I have friends that are teachers. My sister's a teacher, and they were told in the morning that look, schools are closing. Prepare the kids, get the stuff. We alerted the parents. Like, who makes these kinds of decisions? Like within 5 hours, you notify the schools. Yeah, by the way, you're closing today at 3. Fuck off. Prepare everything. But all this to say that I'm a little bit relieved because I was a little bit reluctant to sending my kid to school.
All right, so look, I'm tired of Christine's bullshit. She wants to shut down the power of hospitals to kill people. Listen, whoa there, all right? First of all, the hospitals are the ones that need the help. They need more staffing, Christine, not to kill people. God damn it. These fucking hippies, dude. Anyways, go on.
Okay, let's talk about because Justin Trudeau is also making an announcement today where he's suspected to announce different programs to help people that are going to be affected in the following weeks or months because of this new variant. So we're throwing more money basically out, guys. So this is a total of, let me get the number here. Yeah, so $7.4 billion that will be given that'll cover the period up until the 7th of May, so next year. And there's an extra reserve of $4.5 billion in case they need more.
This is for what? This is for the CERB?
I'll tell you now. It's kind of like a CERB, but it's different categories. So you have one program that is for workers that have to that are confined, basically, that can't go out. So this is $300 a week that they will be getting.
What the fuck are they supposed to do with that?
It's I don't know. It's financial aid for this program. There's another program. So that one is en cas de confinement. So that's basically if your region has you confined, you can't go out or whatever, you can't go to work and that sort of thing. There's another one. Give me one little second. Okay, so there's an additional wage subsidy program depending on the regions and what they're planning. So all these measures, what's coming. I have a feeling that they're going to be closing down a lot of businesses and they're preparing these things in advance.
But they're preparing these things and they're going to be giving people $300 a week.
Yeah, well, last time too they had money to support families.
But it was more than that, no?
was 500
$300 a week.
It was
Yeah,
500.
there's
Yeah,
not-
that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna tell them you can't work to pay your bills. We're gonna give you less than what it'll cost you to pay your bills. I don't understand. It's fucking crazy.
I don't know what they were making before, guys. I don't remember the programs that were available that were made available last year.
And it was $500 a week.
Was it 500?
$500 a week, and then people went on to EI.
I think now that the government is already removing the taxes. Last year, I think they were giving the bulk, and the people were supposed to, pay back the taxes. So the amount was more. I think now the amounts they're giving are already the net amount.
There's not $200 in taxes per week on a salary of $500 a week, George.
Say that again.
There's no. That's almost half taxes
on a
500
salary
a
of
week.
500 a week. No, that's not how it works.
No. At 15% at most.
Yeah, but maybe it's not the same thing. Maybe it's not the $500. Maybe it's a different amount.
No, I guarantee you that 300 they're gonna tax it as well.
I said this yesterday too, and this is what's fucking crazy: is they're announcing closures, but they have not announced actual financial aid for people whose businesses or livelihoods are being affected, and that's just going to cause more stress, more panic.
It's coming.
More
It's coming.
depression.
Hold on. Let me get through the list. There's another program, $500 a week for all the caregivers. So whether you're home taking care of elderly or even your kids because they're not in school, so parents even that have to stay home are going to benefit from this as well. So $500 a week. There's also stuff for les travailleurs indépendants. So basically, that's people like you and me that.
What do you mean? What do you mean, you people?
You people. So $500 a week that you can claim, but this you need to be sick or you need to be isolated at home. The tourism industry.
What about if they don't let you work? It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so stupid. Please get sick. Because we've shut everything down and you can't work. The only way we're going to pay you is if you also get sick. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is not.
So there's going to be a program also for the tourism industry. So we're talking about hotels, restaurants, everything that is linked to tourism. They can get subsidies up to 75% of, I guess, their. Give me one little second. Yeah, of whatever cost they're losing. What else? Yeah, so there's programs for the industries that are going to be affected the most. So they're not putting any description over here. So I'm not so sure exactly how they're going to determine which company fits into that program. And there's no details on the amount. I think it says here that it can go up to 50% of your losses. Yeah, and then there's I think those are the main ones. We'll see exactly what else he's going to announce today. But see, I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that the Premier of Quebec is coming out and the Prime Minister of Canada. Obviously, they're in discussions daily, and I think everything is done in sync. So whatever Premier Legault announces today, I'm not sure who's going to come out first. So this federal program is going to come and complement whatever decisions are made from the province, but it gives you an idea of what maybe we're going to expect from Premier Legault at 6 p.m. today. This is crazy, guys. Honestly, I honestly thought that we were done. That the cases were going to remain like negligible, and that hospitalizations would be maintained at a very low number.
George, have you tested for COVID?
No, I got tested once last year because there was a case in my daughter's class. So we all went. We all tested negative. And it took, I think, 48 hours to get the test. I don't know how people are getting the results within a couple hours. I don't know if it's rapid tests. I don't know if it's whatever it is. And not only that, I'm hearing so much crap about rapid tests. They distributed rapid tests. My daughter came home last week with a little box. I don't even know how many there's inside. I haven't opened it. And the instructions are very clear. If you present symptoms, then do the rapid test. Don't just do it just to do it, right?
Well,
like,
obviously, I can't believe they have to tell you that.
Well, because there's a lot of people that are like, oh, okay, well, there's a family dinner. Let me shove the stick up my nose or wherever you have to put it. I don't know, just to make sure. But I'm not sure how the test works. Do you have to have the symptoms, or is it going to detect it if you don't? There was another person, I can't remember which scientist it was. It was on the radio. They were interviewing him, and he said that they ran a couple tests with Coca-Cola. So they dipped a stick in Coca-Cola, and it came up positive.
They did that with papayas too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just probably the way it tests if you have it, it's probably some kind of vitamin that it looks for or some kind of molecule, and it's similar. That's what it is. But it's something that's not supposed to be in your nose normally or something. That's how you know the difference. So, for example, unless you're spraying Diet Coke or fucking orange juice in there, it shouldn't give you a false positive most. I don't think it's a conspiracy of randomness. I think it's just that. It's just that whatever it shares, you know what? Because it has to find something, right? To be like, oh, it matches, so you have this. I think it's very similar. That's all it is.
No.
But they've been reporting a bunch of fake positives and fake negatives. So you do the PCR test, it comes out negative. I mean, what's to say that you're okay? This is what bothers me, and only that, and that's fine. I mean, whatever. There's always that percentage of that you need to factor in for error. But what's frustrating, and this is something that everyone was calling out the government last year, was to make these tests available. Wouldn't it have been better if last year people had access to these rapid tests, whether for their kids or for themselves? You know, wouldn't have made maybe the situation a little bit better? I mean, what makes you think that now is the right time versus last year? There's just a lot of amateurism, man, and there's just improvisation going, you know, through this entire period that we're 2 years now, whatever it is. We had tests sitting in some warehouse for God knows how long. I think we had spoken about it last year at some point, where the opposition parties were calling out the government to make these available at least in schools, so that the kids could, you know, get tested. So that, because most of there was a period where the cases were being spread from the students mostly. So they were saying, look, we have tests sitting in our warehouse. Why don't we make them available? The schools can have them, or we can give them straight to the people so they can have them at home. The government said, no, it's not important. They don't matter. Now suddenly they do matter, right? And we have to distribute them. And not only that, we're getting we're getting reports that there's a bunch of fake positives and fake negatives. So I'm not so sure.
The fake, I've heard a lot about the fake positives. Look, Poseidon has a conspiracy, and so did Phil. Phil had the same conspiracy, and apparently they weren't the only ones. Other people told me the same thing. They feared that now that they were sharing this with everyone, it was on purpose, so they could raise the numbers up, and that we're going to see a huge spike in numbers in the past 2 weeks. That's what they were saying before, because people are going to start getting these fake positives. And I said that is too stupid for them to do that. Like, it's so complicated. And then 2 weeks later, there's a rise, like 4,000%. Everybody has COVID. Your friend has it. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, fuck. Imagine if Poseidon and the fucking new underscore lobby are correct about this conspiracy.
Bro, ghetto detective over here, bro.
Fucking ghetto detectives.
But before you continue, George, because I keep trying to intervene and you just bulldoze, Jorge Rosales dropped $2 in the chat.
Ooh, what is he saying? What's my boy Jorge saying?
Fearmongers, they want us recluse.
Yes, the fearmongers do want us recluse.
Depressed.
Depressed indeed.
And scared.
All of the above. But you know what? You stay with me, peeps. We ain't scared. We're tight. We're a little nervous. Not scared, though. A little worried. If we can't go out there and make money to pay these bills. But apart from that, we'll be fine.
Mostly angry.
It is anger. It's mostly anger. And I don't know how people are going to react to anger. That's what worries me. People fucking going mental. You know? Anyway. Let's move on from COVID. I want to talk to you because there was news that just came down about the federal government. They announced the numbers that not all the provinces, because not all the provinces get it, but the transfer payments. So Quebec hits a new record high number in the transfer payments. We will be getting here $13.7 billion from the federal government in transfer payments, which is the highest. Obviously, Quebec has always gotten the highest number compared to the other provinces. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them that get transfer payments. And mostly it's due because the federal government increased. There's a small increase that is specifically due for the health sector. It's not exactly what we had hoped for. I think Premier Legault wanted the federal government to cover 35% of the health costs of the province. I don't think we got that. I think we got just a little over 20. But yeah, $13.7 billion. Here's the funny thing about this thing, because I remember back in 2018, during the elections here in Quebec, Premier Legault was saying that Quebec doesn't need transfer payments. We gotta, his whole point was that he's going to be the premier that makes Quebec so good and so strong that we won't need the transfer payments from Ottawa. A couple of years go by, not even, we're still in the first mandate, he was begging Ottawa to give him more so they can cover the cost of our health sector. So yeah, everyone that thinks that Quebec can survive kind of independently, I think they're dreaming in Technicolor. The money that we get from Ottawa serve a huge purpose over here in Quebec's annual budget. I mean, $13.7 billion is a lot of money.
It's a whole lot of money. By the way, because $5 was dropped in the super chat by Captain Yolo. He's asking if we could get the movie nights started again. The movie nights will be started again. They were supposed to start next week. They might still happen, but without Poseidon because he will be away. So I might do it with Spiro and Guido next week. But they're starting up in January, and especially if they're locking us down, there's going to be more of those. Those are available, the movie nights, if you guys don't know. It's only for patrons. When you sign up to Patreon, you also have access to different channels on Discord. Discord you could go to right now. But the specific channels you can only see if you're a Patreon member. And one of those is the movie nights where we watch movies together in full HD. And we talk over them, and we have a good time, and we laugh. It's like hanging out with your friends, except we're your friends. So get better friends.
Did you guys have any plans on leaving for the holidays?
I had to cancel my trip to Texas, and Air Canada refuses to refund me. They gave me Air Canada credits because it's a fucking pyramid scheme. Even though the government is forcing me to stop everything, they won't give my money back. So talk to your boy Trudeau. Send him a text. Tell him I said go fuck yourself. Tell him that.
Did you get his Christmas card this year?
I haven't gotten one. No,
I got it. Yeah, I threw it out.
no. He's learned his lesson with me.
Oh goodness. Yeah. See, that's the other thing, man. Like we had reached the point where people were actually getting happier. People were thinking of travel again. Maybe not internationally, but at least down south. I mean, not overseas, but at least down south. Just to get away a little bit, man. That Texas trip was gonna be $1 million. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, it was $3,000, but I'm not getting that back either.
Well, I think he meant like it was going to make you feel like
I know what he meant, sir, but I'm very angry. So yeah, George, this is it. This is the people versus the government, circa 2022, coming up right now. It's baffling to me what's going on, George. I don't know. Let's see. But anyways, what you said.
I'm honestly speechless, guys. I don't know. Fuck. I was convinced that we were done with it, and maybe I'm fucking naive. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just don't want to believe the reality out there. But I mean, Europe was hit with this 2 weeks before us, or 2 or 3 weeks before, and usually it's indicative of what might be coming to North America. So the fact that 2-3 weeks ago we had our politicians coming out and saying everything is good, don't worry, yeah, it's fine, okay, just basic announcements saying absolutely nothing. I'm just wondering, was nobody following what was happening? Again, same situation like when this first broke out, right? I mean, you're seeing China in a crisis over there, and suddenly everything is, don't worry, we're okay here in Canada.
By the way, China's fine. They're looking at us and they're laughing at us. So what about that?
Yeah. I read some stuff that like the people all over the world are wondering what the fuck is going on in Canada. That's the situation we're in right now. You had Israel canceling flights to Canada. You had all these countries just secluding us from the rest of the world. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is Canada. This isn't fucking any third world country. It appears I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
I was looking at the tweets yesterday of well-known social political anarchist and self-proclaimed scientist Bill Gates, and he said in a long Twitter thread that he was saddened that he had to cancel his Christmas plans, so no babies will be sacrificed on an altar, and he said in it that he believes in the next 3 months we're going to go through the worst part of it, not because of deaths, which might be caused. He said we're going to go through the worst part of it because everyone's going to get it, and then we'll be free. Now that to me sounds scary.
So wait, he thinks that the greater portion of the population is going to get
Everyone's
the virus?
getting COVID.
Okay. Guys, if that was the solution, fuck, we should have just given COVID to everyone last year. Here, guys, take the fucking
seriously.
get the virus.
No. But then they would have come up with a new variant, bro. The Omega variant and the fucking fuck your mother variant and the fucking your dad sucks dick variant and the fucking your grandmother likes gangbangs variant.
What's wrong with this guy, man? What is this rant? Just fucking. So Bill Gates thinks that in about 3 months everyone's going to be fine. So what? Next summer we're done with this.
Well, that's what they're saying, but they keep saying that. I don't look. Are we going to believe William Gates? I don't know. I don't know if we should believe him.
I'll believe fucking Gates.
Of course you would, but I'm saying people with common sense. I don't know if they're going to believe Bill Gates is the thing. Because look, here's the thing. This is why I don't trust Bill Gates. I installed Windows 11, the new one there. A lot of problems. A lot of goddamn problems. I installed a new version of Windows on a computer that's supposed to be able to handle it, and there's a lot of issues, crashes, and such.
I just bought the new Mac, so I transferred, guys. I converted. I left PC for Mac, so who knows what's gonna happen.
That's fine. I'm not against you on that. They seem to be more stable.
Yeah.
Did you buy a new Mac?
Yeah, that's the one I have now.
Did you come to me so I can get you a deal?
Why, you can get deals? Fuck, now you're saying it. Is this what you do? You let people purchase things and then you tell them you can get deals?
No, you already knew. I already told you we have a deal because we have a friend in common who, at the minimum, I could have got you the taxes off, 15%.
Back.
So you come to me with all your stupid questions, but all pertinent ones, you don't come to me with them.
I didn't know. I didn't know you were
playing
that
games,
connected
George?
in the computer world.
Anybody who knows me knows I love to hook people up. If I can hook you up, I hooks you up.
Hooks up.
That's what I do.
Guys,
That's what makes the world a better place. You got to hook everyone up.
Yep.
Let me this ridiculously strange story coming out of France that fell into my thread, into my feed.
Yes, Algerian news of the morning. Let's hear it.
No, this involves Brigitte Macron, who's the wife of French President Emmanuel Macron.
This story just got sexy.
Dun, dun, dun. So there's been since October, there's been like a series of false information being spread around the internet about her gender. People, obviously, it's she's suing for whatever the hell it
defamation.
is. Sorry,
defamation.
Defamation, and so she's
what's the story
preparing a
about her
case.
gender? Nobody's accepting it. Is she a new gender?
No,
is she a Zion?
all these fake news, I guess, are claiming that she is a man or she was she's a transgender person.
And she's offended?
Yeah, because
now I'm offended. True. What's the problem with being a man? Why is that offensive? What's going on, Brigitte? Well, what do we do to you? We married you? We rule your country? What's going on here, Brigitte? What's bad about being a dude? I don't get this.
So I just find it strange, and like obviously because the media in France. I mean, it's not like it is over here, right? I mean, it's people are obsessed about the information, and this took October. I'm reading October, November. It wasn't that bad, but come December, something happened where it just took this fucking toll, and everyone is talking about it. It's made national news as well. The fact that she may be transgender and kept it a secret, and they also question Macron's homosexuality.
Hey, whoa! A lady with a penis is still a lady, bro.
So
I don't like what these tabloids are doing.
There's no such thing as chicks with dicks, just dudes with tits.
I mean, the thing I find amazing is how these tabloids have this huge impact in countries like this. I mean, we don't have that here in Quebec. Nobody's going to come out and say, yeah, Sophie Gregoire Trudeau was a man. Trudeau has been keeping this a secret.
Nobody cares.
I mean, it's never, but nobody cares. Nobody cares about her either, but yet it's taken off in France.
No, I mean, even if she was a dude, people would be like, but she's not a dude. She's not a dude. Sophie Gregoire, I know this is not a dude.
No, she's not a dude.
But if she was, who gives a fuck?
Obviously, who gives a fuck? But all this to say that, look, this is next year. I think in April there's a presidential election in France. So there's a lot of people that believe that this is all, this movement to feed this ultra whatever category of people that are super conservative and there's this.
I think they're
growing
reading too
trend.
much into it. I think people are just trying to make fun of Macron's wife.
They would have done it. They would have done it from the beginning, which they haven't. I mean, I remember in the beginning, people were making fun of the fact that there's this huge age gap. I mean, Emmanuel Macron is like 44 years old.
How old is
and
his
she's
wife?
67 or something like that. 65, 68.
Bit much? Okay.
It's a huge gap, right?
I mean, if she's 70 and he's in his 40s, yeah, it's a little odd, but who am I to dictate to people who they can or cannot love, sir?
Absolutely.
You don't choose who you love.
But she looks great, for her age.
George, your wife is going to see this, so calm your tits.
I'm just saying, for a 68-year-old woman, she looks very good.
Poseidon, does she? Bring her up. What's her name?
Brigitte Macron.
Brigitte Macron. Brigitte Macron. Bring her up, Poseidon.
I mean, when you see her next to Emmanuel Macron, you see that you can notice.
Hold on, Poseidon's bringing her up for the rest of us to see, and we'll see if you've got. Whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Let me see. Yeah, she doesn't look 70. That's a weird smile. Maybe it's just a bad photo. She looks very Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I mean, when you see them next to each other, you can see that there's a huge gap in their.
I mean, she may have been
age.
a hot young lady. I don't know. I mean, she's taking care of herself, but she's not like God damn.
No,
Yeah,
she's
she
not.
has a nice smile. She takes care of herself. She doesn't look 70. I'll tell you that much. Not at all.
Yeah.
She looks like she's in her 50s.
She looks very good, but when
Yeah.
you see them next to each other, you can definitely think that it's his mom. You know,
Really? It doesn't look like his mom. She looks older than him, but not. She doesn't look bad. She's taking care of herself. I want to know what kind of regimen she's on.
Here she looks a bit better.
She's exercising, eating well. Good for her. You know what? Good for this lady and or dude. I don't give a shit.
Oh, that's trans.
That's what they're saying. That's what the
That's
tabloids are
what-
saying.
yeah, that's
but the
what they're
tabloids are
reporting.
doing this because they want to insult her. Because apparently she hates men and never wants to be called a man.
But that's tabloids, bro.
Yeah.
There was guys. By the way, scrolling through the news for the first time, I got news of what's her face, the whole case in the States. There, what's her face again?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
What'd you find out, G?
Not much actually, but at least it popped into my feed for the very first time in over 2 months now. A decision has to come down this week. I think that's what I heard. I mean, I don't know if you're following it better than I am.
They keep shutting down all the pages I follow relating to it. They're very strict about us not finding out what's going on there.
They're coming down with a decision. I think this week, if I read correctly. I mean, her defense says that there's actually no proof to suggest that she was involved in anything that. In any luring schemes with underage women, bring them into one of Epstein's many mansions there. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been following, so I don't know exactly what role he had in.
What happened?
I just received another update. I don't know if this is true. Quebec restaurants might be spared. They might stay open because the government doesn't have enough money to give them. And also, the curfew option has been scrapped.
There you go.
Now, I don't know if that's official. We keep getting different reports coming in the morning show. You guys know we're going to give it to you the way we get it. Sideways. So we're not making shit up.
I was about to say
This is a report coming out of La Presse. You ever heard of La Presse?
I don't trust them.
I don't trust them either, but it's coming out of La Presse. So I'm just saying, they're saying we may be spared of a curfew. Now, is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. But here's the problem.
Yeah.
If restaurants are spared and there's no curfew, but theaters and other stuff are not and bars aren't, we can't perform. We still can't make money. Poseidon, we're going to be homeless.
Yeah, I'm gonna start selling drugs.
The government already is doing that. And they're losing money.
Yeah.
They're very bad at that. Man. I got to figure that drug game out.
Are they still losing money?
I haven't heard that they're making money.
Guys,
Yeah,
I don't know. How can you? there's
Also,
one-
if you're selling $20 worth of weed and packaging it with $37 worth of packaging, the economics of that doesn't check out.
that definitely doesn't help.
Do you know how we know they're not making money? They would have bragged about it.
Yeah, they would have said, like, look at us, we're successful drug dealers.
Yeah.
There's an SQDC like close to my house. It is always packed. There's lineups. The parking is always full. It doesn't stop. It's hard for me to imagine how you lose money.
We just
I don't
said
know.
you could sell a million things, but if that million thing that you sell at $1 costs you $1.50, you're never going to make money, whether you sell a million or 10 million.
Yeah, you're gonna be in negative $500,000.
Yeah. The more you sell, the less money you make, really.
The more you sell, the more you owe.
Yeah. Government standards.
Bureaucracy.
But
So,
at
yeah,
least
so
we're
I-
paying employees.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at my Twitter feed, and there's all these critics that are coming out bashing the media because everybody wants to be first on the news, right? Everybody's trying to guess what Premier Legault is going to announce today at 6. And there's one guy that came out and said, "Can the fucking media calm itself down?" It's like this is a very credible guy. Like the situation is already difficult as it is. Media should be a lot more responsible than just fucking spitting out useless stuff that we don't even know yet. Can we just wait until 6 p.m.? And he's right.
Oh, yeah, he's right. But he hasn't been saying that for the last 2 years when they've been fear-mongering. That was cool because he was making money.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Did
but-
my truth get in the way, you bastard lies?
No, but I mean, but I think he's absolutely right. I mean, look, I get the fact that you want the exclusivity, you want to be first on but this is a time of crisis. Like, there has to be some sort of responsibility attached along with reporting the news in a situation like this. So I don't know. Let me see what else I had here. Give me 1 second, guys.
I'm very upset, Poseidon.
Why?
Are you gulagging Christine again?
Yes. Because hydrochloroquine, whatever the fuck it is, it's not peroxide. It's not Javex. It's not
Hydroxychloroquine? No,
Yeah.
of course it's not.
yeah. But that's what she said.
How did that even come up? What is going on in the goddamn chat?
She was talking about the Joe Rogan podcast and how the doctor was saying it's not FDA approved.
Oh, yeah.
And all that shit. And she said you should take peroxide. It's not fucking Javex. It's not peroxide, bro.
I love that people are still criticizing people that did the treatments and got over COVID.
Fuck, man. It's like ivermectin situation.
Yeah. It's horse-based. No, it isn't. But it could be.
Fuck.
What's it called? Yeah, I just want to bring back Vince Guzzo because he put a tweet up. He put a graph because they put a chart about all the sectors that cause most of the spreads that we're seeing. So obviously it's the schools and the place of work. Okay, they account for close to 80%. And he's talking about the other because there's like 6% other, and he's like, look, man, cinemas fall in the other category. Why the fuck are you closing that down? I can understand, putting people to work from home and schools to be closed because that statistically is how it spreads more. But what's up with the movie theaters? And I just don't know, man, because I don't know what you guys think about it. I mean, look, I haven't been to a movie theater for over 2 years now. So, and chances are I'm never going to go back. I mean, I can't trust the movie theater.
I was at the movie theater on Sunday, George, and the movie theater is a great place. I love the movie theater. I think everybody should love movie theaters. Movie theaters are a great fucking time. And the government is shutting the movie theaters down, and it upsets me. Because you could sit together in other places.
See, it's
You
very
could be in the
very
metro, you could go
easy-
shopping, restaurants, all that stuff. But watching a movie is where they draw the line. What I'm saying is these lines don't make sense. They're arbitrary. Kind of like
Nothing
when
makes
you walk
sense. And
into a place.
especially if you come up with a plan to separate people. Like, I mean, isn't the movie theater the easiest place where you can do that, where you can separate people? Everything, you have your seats, you go into your specific row. Like, it's so it could be easily controlled. I mean, if restaurants could do it, why shouldn't movie theaters be able to do it? And I agree with the guy. It
I
makes
agree with Guzzo,
absolutely no sense.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these are, it's just like now people are surprised. Like, wait a second, are you telling me that walking into places with a mask on, taking it off to eat, and then putting it back on when I leave didn't work? Is that what you guys are fucking telling me?
You can't be safe anywhere, guys. Honestly, and I was
what
actually
do you
reading
mean safe?
Yeah, what do you mean safe, George?
What do you mean safe, bro? This is a virus that kills less than 0.0001 fucking percent of the population, bro. What do we mean by safe?
It does kind of feel now like
Bro,
mass
you have
hysteria.
more chances of crossing the street and getting hit by a car, bro.
Yeah, it does seem like mass hysteria at this point.
Like, let's be realistic for a minute.
Yeah.
Look, it's safe in the sense that, you know,
All your friends got COVID, George, and you're fine.
What'd you say?
All your friends got COVID, and you're fine.
None of my friends actually got COVID.
Oh, look at how the elites
close.
live.
Bro,
Yeah.
I didn't catch COVID for 2 years now, bro?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention and slipped on ice and fucked up my knee.
He did, yeah, he did fall face first in front of a gas station while he was smoking next to propane tanks.
And I'm still fine, bro.
Well, that's debatable.
Well, mentally, obviously not, but you know, physically.
Physically, he's not fine either, bro. He's one donut away from a heart attack.
I remember that video you guys posted of him falling down the stairs in his apartment building.
Oh, that was great.
that was
When he
funny.
broke his ankle, yeah.
Oh shit! No, what I was trying to say is that, yeah, for me, it's the confusion around this whole situation, right? Where everyone out there until this week, where people are back to being scared, it was fine. I mean, we were coming at the studio, we were fine because in our minds, it's like, listen, we're double vaccinated, nothing's gonna happen to us, even though we knew that
I
we
have
can
9
contract the
vaccines. I don't know
virus
what you're
and-
talking about. I got vaxxed 9 times.
Under a bridge.
Yeah. I keep finding dudes under bridges downtown getting vaccinated. They're vaccinating themselves. Like
Yeah, they're just being effective.
they're being effective. They're all vaccinating themselves, bro. They're
Very pro-vaccine, these
yeah,
guys.
they're go-getters. These people that live in shanty towns in downtown Montreal, they're big on vaccines.
I would say model citizens.
Model citizens. Yeah.
Yeah. What rapid test? I thought it was a rapid syringe.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but dude, people are blowing each other for vaccines. It's crazy.
I gotta love the fuck. What's the word I'm looking for? God damn it!
Thank you, Poseidon.
Say it, Poseidon. Say it.
It's on the tip of my tongue, bro. You know, like when you're
Jizz.
No. Like when you're very motivated, you're like, what's the fucking word, bro? When you're leading or not leading, but very fuck. What's the word?
All right, George, carry on with the news.
All right. Very well. Give me 1 second. I get my list back here. Oh yeah. Hold on a second. I had it over here. The government is going to make stricter measures on people crossing the border illegally from Roxham Road here in Quebec. Because it already started in December. We're getting a lot of these irregular migrants coming in.
This has been happening for years. How did
It had stopped. It had stopped, I think, for the entirety of last year, and it just reopened a little while ago. And we're seeing over 100 people on average come through that passage every day. The problem is that the government is trying to negotiate with the U.S. on figuring out that agreement, because technically, the first place where they should seek refugee status is the first country that they get that they step foot on, which in this case is the United States. So it never made sense as to how these people would come through the United States into Canada and claim refugee status. I don't know why it's taken that long for the Canadian government to actually to do something about that. So apparently, they have been negotiating, and there should be an announcement made soon with respect to that. So basically, they will only accept people coming in from actual border crossings, and for refugee status, they will be if it's to claim a refugee status, they will be returned back to the United States.
I have an update from NBC News, which is kind of ridiculous. So they just released the official Omicron variant symptoms. Are you guys ready for this? Because you're gonna. This is scary shit. Cough.
Okay.
Congestion and runny nose.
Okay.
Fatigue or tiredness. Loss of taste and smell seems to be uncommon.
Interesting.
So it's not included. So loss
No.
of taste and smell not there
It
now.
seems to be very uncommon. Yeah.
With what you just described, guys, I think I have Omicron.
Thank you, G.
Yeah.
Mass hysteria.
So if you don't get enough sleep, you have Omicron variant.
I'm very fatigued.
Uh,
I'm just saying, even if you have it, it doesn't seem like
What if you're
it's gonna knock you out and kill you.
What if you're tired of the government's bullshit? Does that mean?
Oh, I've had
Does
the
that mean
variant
you have
for
it?
free for my whole life, bro. Tired of your nonsense, Gubs. What is Phil saying? This would look amazing in your studio. Phil is sending me dick pics.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Why is he interrupting our feed? Fuck
To
it.
send me dick pics. And this would not look great in my studio, Phil.
Poor guy's home fucking wishing, what am I doing here?
This is nice, yeah.
I
Sexy.
don't belong here.
Waterproof, why not? Yeah. A little expensive, but okay. All right, carry on, George.
What were you going to say?
I was saying carry on. I disturbed you to tell you the variants.
So the government is going to be negotiating with the U.S. To figure out exactly how they can settle this once and for all. I don't know why this wasn't done in the beginning, and I think we had spoken about it because it came at a time where Canada and the U.S. were negotiating the new NAFTA trade deal along with Mexico. And at that time, if you guys remember, Trump didn't want to renew I can't remember what it's called, this agreement that Obama had done. And then you had all, this huge wave of people coming into Canada because their immigration status was going to just rapidly change in the U.S. It happened at the same time where they were renegotiating the NAFTA trade agreement. So I think that may have had something to do with it, where they didn't want to deal with that at the same time. But now I think it's time. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense that everyone is just walking into Canada claiming refugee status from the U.S. I mean, the U.S., as far as I'm concerned, isn't hostile territory. I mean, it's safe.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Same thing they do in Europe. It's a little far fetched.
Have you seen Portland though?
They're not coming from Portland though. They're coming from Vermont.
But yeah, no, there was actually a report last week where they were interviewing, or 2 weeks ago, they were interviewing some farmers down there, and to them it's totally normal. They're like, well, I don't understand what the big deal is. We see people crossing through the fields almost on a daily basis. Forget about Roxham Road. We see these guys just crossing in all the time. The question is, where do they go? Where are they? Like, I've never even seen an illegal immigrant.
How the hell would you know?
No, but I'm just wondering if there's so many people coming in illegally.
Yeah, but how would you know that you've never seen an illegal immigrant, dickhead? They don't have a sign on them.
Yeah.
Well, no, you would see them somewhere. Like when
How
this.
do you know if they're illegal?
Hold on, bro. How would you know?
I'll tell you how you would know, because when the big wave hit, when they were coming in from the U.S., you would drive downtown and you would see them on the streets. You had way more people begging for money. They were all over the place. You guys didn't notice that there were.
Yeah, those are homeless people.
Yeah.
No. They weren't homeless people. George,
George, the fuck are you talking about, bro? If they have a place to stay here, if they cross the border and they got friends to go with,
true. That's
where
true.
are you going to see them?
You know who escapes the U.S.? Usually people being chased by ICE. That's what it probably is. People coming up north.
If you don't like ICE, you're not going to come to Quebec, bro. That's just crazy. So,
no, you know what I mean, bro. No, because they're gonna get shipped back to like South American shit, so they claim refugee status, so they don't get shipped out.
So George, I'll give you an example. Dirty4 in the chat has been put out of a job again because of the closures.
Yeah.
So there we go. Is there a fund for him to collect?
Yeah. But again, we don't know exactly how much he's going to be getting, right? It's part of the amounts that we were talking about before. Is he going to be getting the 500 a week or the 300 a week? I'm not so sure.
Is he going to announce that today?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So today we're going to find out.
Yeah. But it's going to affect everyone, man.
Remember
Obviously,
how I said I didn't want Serb last time, this and that, and then like an idiot, I should have taken what everybody else fucking took. Bro, I'm going to apply for everything this time.
No.
Well, yeah, man. Because think about the damage it's going to have on your income long term. I mean, who knows how long? I mean, look,
I was an imbecile last night. I tried to take one for the team. I tried to take one for the seat. I said people need this. I shouldn't fucking take advantage. And then look at this idiot. Look at this face. This is the face of a moron.
You were planning tours, no? In January.
Yeah.
I saw something come into my.
Yeah. This is the face of an imbecile. Look at it. Don't repeat it.
Yeah. So I mean, how many shows did you have to put out now? Like cancel?
Well, they're all indefinitely canceled because we don't know they're postponed.
How many were you planning on doing?
A lot,
Like
bro. What are you talking? We're here, Quebec, three different shows in Montreal, 3 different weekends. Not Chateauguay. What am I saying? Gatineau, Sherbrooke, There's a lot of different spots that we had to put the ice on right now. And that's just my shows. That's not even considering the tour with Mike.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, so obviously it's gonna have an impact. Fuck, are you kidding me? You should definitely
Huge
look into-
impact.
Man, see, these are the things that I think about, man, and it just fucking gets under my skin to know
If
that
Spiro can do his fucking job and get some goddamn ad revenue in here.
Sparrow, what the fuck? Where are you, man?
He's negotiating right now, though. He's got some good ads.
Yeah.
There you go.
We got the Patreon. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Patreon.com/Pantelis.
And if you don't sign up, I'm gonna be under your bed when you go to sleep at night.
Because he has nowhere else to go. He's living with you.
Yeah. So Dirty Four. Yeah, he's gonna have to get on some program. I don't know, man, guys. I something tells me that it's probably gonna be okay. But again, I've been naive in the past. Maybe I just think of these things a little bit too positively and think that, oh, look, we're gonna get out of this. But I don't know, man. I just can't believe we're back here. It definitely sucks. Fuck. Anyways,
Do you have any positive? Why'd you mute me?
I was gonna tell you something.
Do you have any positive news?
there is no fucking positive news.
Well, fuck
the
you
whole
too,
world
George.
is battling with this shit. And here's the frustrating thing. It feels as though, oh shit, we just woke up to realize that Omicron? Where the fuck did this guy come from?
Listen, I'm not scared of anything. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. And if you want some positive news, I'll give you positive news. We ain't stopping. We're still streaming. We got our episodes. Head over to patreon.com/Pantelis. The new show, which is gonna be French, which is called Club Zeus. Announcement coming tomorrow. Will be only on Patreon. That's gonna
What's
be
Club Zeus? What
Club
is that?
Zeus is a new podcast.
Cool.
There's
With
a fun
you?
time.
Are you in it?
I'm in it. Poseidon's in it. Various guests are in it.
Okay.
It's in French.
Why did you do? You already have a French podcast. Why are you doing a second
I have
one?
a
What's
French
what's the
podcast
difference?
where I interview people. This
Okay.
is not that. This is just a fun time. This is kind of like a 2-drink minimum in French. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Just a gay old time.
Isn't it going to be strange that you and Poseidon will be speaking French to each other?
To the uncultured, perhaps.
Such as yourself, George.
But in case you didn't know, George, I'm
Yeah.
trilingual.
Yeah.
I know you are. But I mean,
I'm quintilingual.
you're what?
I'm quintilingual.
Cunnilingus.
I just find it strange. I mean, obviously, I'm not disputing the fact that you can speak languages. It's just weird to sit in front of you and be speaking another language other than English.
I know it's hard for you, George, but I, again, being one of the elite cultured entertainers of this province, have a duty to perform in both languages.
So when is this starting?
January.
Okay, cool. Only on Patreon?
Only on Patreon. We're going to release some clips so people know what it is, but it's going to be a Patreon exclusive, so we could do whatever we want.
Interesting.
Is there a problem with that, George? Is there a fucking problem with that?
I find it strange. It's kind of like that time where you did the French show with Mike Ward. I don't know if it was his podcast or if it was on yours, and it was just strange to look at.
I know. If you always watch it in English, you're like, what's going on here? But the thing is, there's a lot of people in the French community who don't get to enjoy us. So now they do.
So we spoke about China. Let me just bring back China because I just got this this update here. Yeah, China confines a city of 13 million people.
What?
No, we're talking about China. I mean, as if life is normal over there and like it's business as usual. They're confining fucking huge cities. What's gonna happen with the Olympic Games? That's what I want to know. How is that going to unfold? Do you guys think it's going to be canceled?
Which is going to be canceled?
There's Olympic Games next year.
Well,
Winter
didn't you
Games.
read the news this morning? Everyone's bowing out. Team Canada said, the Canadian Olympic Committee said that
they're not
NHL
sending in
players...
the players.
Yeah.
But the games as such, are they still scheduled to happen?
They should be. I think, no, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. They should be canceled. I'll tell
I
you
think
why.
they should be canceled.
I'll tell you why, guys. Number one, China. Come on, we should be very upset.
How do they even get the games? Fuck. I mean, this is where it's frustrating to
And
me.
Winter Olympics? That's not even real.
I just hate the fucking, the way these bids are done, and there's money involved, and obviously,
It's like the FIFA World Cup in Qatar.
yeah, I was just about to mention that. So it's like at some point we can come out and claim whatever the fuck we want, but when actions like this from huge organizations don't show the example, it gets you questioning a lot of things. The fucking Olympic Games in China. I mean, what are we doing? We're closing a blind eye to everything going on over there. Same thing for Qatar.
Yes, 100%. The blind eye game it's been played for years.
And nobody cares. You have all these countries that said, "Oh well, we're not going to send our heads of state to the opening ceremony." Who gives a fuck? You think China cares that Biden or Trudeau or whoever the fuck else doesn't come to the opening ceremony? They don't care. They don't give a shit. It doesn't change a thing for them.
They're like, oh, thank God Trudeau's not here. He's gonna dress like a fucking monk.
Yeah, a Tibetan monk.
Yeah.
Embarrass our Chinese population. So I mean, you have all these things happen. I don't understand how these countries actually qualify for huge events like this. I don't get it. Actually, I do get it.
I do get it. It's corruption. What are you doing, George? All right, let's remind people.
I know how it happened. I do get it. It's just I don't understand why the fuck we're still there. Nobody has the balls to actually stand up.
Okay, look, I'm gonna say one thing. Whether you have the balls, I have the balls to stand up. You have you don't have the balls to stand up, but he has the balls to stand up. The issue here, George, is that the people that are in charge, that if they do stand up, they can make a difference, are not those people. Also, all the regular folks, for example, the people that watch the show and shit, right? They've been economically decimated for 2 fucking years. When that kind of shit happens, you don't have time to give a fuck about Chinese political matters. No. You know what you do? You put your head down and you're like, fuck, just let me get back to work.
Yeah, but action like this is at a much higher level, right? It's not your everyday man or woman that works. I mean, I don't know what kind of difference these people can make, but obviously
they're the people. It's every day. The only way a real difference is made is grassroots. Is if the people, everyone is like, you know what? Fuck you. We don't agree. Then you have to change. If some politician, like right now, Trudeau's like, I'm not going to dress as a geisha for the Winter Olympics. China's like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Justice Trudeau, stay home. They don't give a fuck. Biden, I'm not going to come there and get my son, high on crack. Like, good, stay home. Like, nobody cares.
No, that's the thing. They don't care. And the thing is that governments can't really force the athletes not to go. I mean, that would be ridiculous. I mean, you train your entire life for some moron because of whatever political games to tell you, listen, buddy, you can't go there. You can't compete. I mean, the athletes themselves maybe they could make a stand and say, listen, fuck. But it's very rare that you have athletes that get involved at a political level. Very few of them, actually. So just to answer to Christine's comment there, where she's saying that, yeah, the governments, they're not stopping the athletes from going. How could they? Like, how could they? Like, how irresponsible would it be from any government to come out to their athletes and tell them, listen, that thing you've been training for
take away their passports.
Life, you're not going. I don't know how fair that would be.
No, I don't think it's fair. I think it should be up to them. If it's safe, they can go. If it's not safe, they can't go. But this is all dumb. We should all not go. We should be like, fuck this. Let's have our own games. Why don't they just make up their own games? Why don't they just do that?
Oh.
Like, we have all the people that were going to compete in the Winter Olympics, come compete in Vancouver for the Canadian Olympics. Who gives a fuck? Just do that. We can organize better. We know winter better than the Chinese.
So what? Sure. Boycott the Olympics and all kind of collectively choose another city.
Yeah, just come to Montreal, Vancouver. We'll make some money here in tourism. Plus, who knows snow better than Canadians? The Russians, perhaps.
Northern Europeans, maybe.
Alaskans, maybe. But in general, we know snow. Let's do that. Or, Northern European. Go to these Scandinavian countries. They got nothing going for them. Help them out a bit. It's true.
Yeah, Christine is talking about that tennis player in China who came out and said that she was raped, and then suddenly she disappeared, and there was a statement that came out in which she was saying that, oh no, everything is fine, please don't worry about it.
Yeah, why are you surprised, Christine? Women lie all the time, especially Chinese women.
You fucking motherfucker, bro. But if that's not 1984, bro, I don't know what is.
It's the deal with these ladies. I got raped. No, I didn't get raped. It's believe all women, not if they're Chinese. That's obviously the state telling her, shut the fuck up before we kill you. Yeah. You thought the rape was bad. Wait till you die. Yeah, it's very scary. Speaking of rapes, Sex in the City. You guys have heard of this show?
Yeah.
Yes. What's his face?
One of the stars of that
actor.
show. I don't watch the show, so I can't tell you how big of a star he is. But apparently, he's one of the main cast members. Friends with Sarah Jessica Parker, the horse. So he was accused of sexual acts that were not approved, I guess, or he forced himself on 2 women years ago. But it smells kind of bullshitty. And I don't know this guy.
There's more coming out now, I think.
Oh,
What's his name?
I don't know. Type in man Sex in the City or Sex in the City scandal or Sex in the City and click on news.
Mr. Big, his
Chris-
name. I think in the
Chris-
show,
Chris
yeah,
Noth.
Mr. Big.
Chris what?
Chris Noth.
Noth. The dude, Mr. Big, that died in the show from doing Peloton, and Peloton was mad. Oh, he's dead?
In the show, he died. I guess I don't know. I never watched. Guys, I haven't even seen a second of that series. But yeah, he's apparently the new target there. I mean, look, obviously in situations like this, you have to,
Bon matin, a
support.
relaxing place.
Say that again.
I was giving a bon matin to someone in the chat who wished us a happy morning. Yes.
But there's more than just 2, I think, that are coming out.
So listen, Zoe, now 40, and Lily, now 31, both alleged they were sexually assaulted by actor Chris Noth. The 2 women who approached the Hollywood Reporter separately months apart and who do not know each other.
Okay, why'd they have to add that? Like,
Yeah,
I know
I
it
was
seems suspicious,
I
but
was about to say that.
yeah, okay.
Said and why did they go to the same?
No, we get it. Poseidon, common sense is winning. Don't worry, go on.
Said promotions and press reports of HBO Max's Sex and the City sequel series, and Just Like That, in which Noth reprised his role as Mr. Big, stirred painful memories of incidents they say occurred in Los Angeles in 2004.
What about the previous movies and seasons that happened? No, that was fine. That was
Yeah, and in New York in 2015, respectively, to protect their privacy, THR. Yeah, to protect their privacy, let's say their names.
what?
They named them.
No, they didn't name them.
Yeah, Zoe and Lily. To protect their privacy.
Okay.
Anyways, THR is allowing both women to use pseudonyms.
Pseudonym. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
To protect their identities, these nosy bitches.
But I read somewhere that those ladies there, the crew, those actresses, whatever the fuck their name is, they're 3 or 4 or whatever. They came out jointly in support of these alleged victims.
But why do you support, like, if you know the guy, like right now if somebody comes and says, George raped me. First, I'm going to be like, George, bro, what the fuck? You don't kill him right after. But no, I'm gonna ask some questions. I'm going to be like, this sounds horrible. We're not for rapes. Let's investigate. Let's see what's happening with George. I can't right away, off an allegation, throw you under the bus. That's crazy. Because then what if you're innocent? Then we just, we did something very bad.
But that's what always happens. And again, look, we don't know what the situation is. We're not in any position to accuse or to blame or whatever. We're just,
of course not. Who I did the opposite of accusing. I said let's wait till due process is done.
That what normally happens, and we see this more often than not, is that automatically as soon as an accusation or an allegation comes in, they're made
guilty.
victims.
Yeah,
and maybe they are victims, and if they are victims, we should support them, and we should, we should be there for them, and we should give them all the resources.
I'm not gonna be there for them.
Maybe
I
they're
don't
not.
even know where
Maybe
they
it's
live.
fucking bullshit. The problem is that you have these individuals who are facing now these allegations they lose their fucking entire existence, their life. This guy's an actor. He's probably gonna get banned from the Actors Guild or whatever the hell. I don't know exactly what happened to the previous people. And let's say, because again, we're assuming here, right? Let's say nothing happens. There isn't going to be one article that comes out to say, you know what, guys, we were wrong. Sorry, we said that he raped them, and finally, that never happens. There's very rarely any follow-up that occurs. So I think there has to be a better approach in dealing with these situations where everyone remains anonymous. The same way that they're protecting these alleged victims, where they gave them anonymous names to protect them.
They should protect him until we actually know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and even worse, and that's why I was very careful.
Remember when they did this to Kevin Spacey?
No, but even worse, I mean, because and I was trying to be careful in the way that I was going to phrase it, because we're at a point right now where if you talk even remotely in his favor, you're fucking. They're targeting you also. They're like, "Oh, what are you talking about? You're supporting rapists."
Only idiots in the Chinese government do that, bro. Most people with common sense want due process.
Yeah. I understand why it's always they gotta go to the press. Why can't they just take care of it behind closed doors.
That is well behind. I get what you're saying.
You know,
But
what
it
I mean?
depends
Just
on the
go-
situation.
Just go to the law right away.
Well, I see what you're saying. Some cases are different. Like now, yes, I agree with what you're saying. But back in the day, it was different. Back in the day, you could go to the law in certain cities, and if somebody was famous enough, it didn't matter. It would fuck you over. Yeah, you'd get in trouble. Like, let's say right now we have social media, all that. You go to the law because Legault grabbed your dick. He's fucked, right? Bro, the premier, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago before this shit, you go to the law, they're going to break your legs. I mean, get the fuck out of here, bro. He's in charge. Yeah, the mayor's in charge. Like,
Really?
yeah, you couldn't fuck around back in the day. And especially if you were a chick, they'd be like, shut up, whore. Like, you know.
Yeah.
How are you dressed? It was different times. Different.
that's
I'm not
brutal.
saying this would happen.
I
This
agree.
happened recently. This is like 10 years ago. I'm not saying this would happen with them. They're most likely bullshitting. But I'm just saying, back in the day, like with the Cosby situation, all that shit, bro, it's very different. And if you were, let's say, in the entertainment industry and you were a chick and you got in and then somebody raped you or whatever and you were done, they would just be like, oh, she rats people out. A fucking different world, bro. Different, different world.
No. So look, I agree with all the measures that were taken, especially here in Quebec, about better guiding these alleged victims. So there's more resources now available to them, and it's not like it was 30, 40 years ago where they're just told to shut the fuck up and not speak a word of it, right? I think it's important, if these acts have been committed, that these women are very well taken care of and that they're given all the resources that they need. But going from that to exposing the people publicly, that's where we need to draw a line. And I know that it's difficult for the media because they just want to be first to report the news, right? I mean, especially in the U.S., it's such a fucking big tabloid country where an actor in a very big series is affected by all these allegations. Yeah, they want to be first on the fucking scene to report it. Now, is there any validity in this or not? Do you think they even check? 2 women went to the press, tell them that so-and-so did this. Oh, is he a famous actor? Perfect. Let's leak it. Get the story out. Let's go. Nobody verifies anything. And I mean, there's really not much to verify.
Hold on, Poseidon's calling me. What?
I'm going to put Christina in the gulag again because she lied in the chat again.
What's she?
False accusations of rape is 8%, not 1 or to 2%.
Okay.
And this is directly from the FBI.
Okay, that's fine. She made a mistake. She doesn't have the percentages.
Yeah, that's true.
That happens.
But then why so sure? That's
Well,
what she
the
does all the
only
time.
thing that she said that was wrong, she says Pantelis is not better now. It is 150 million times better than it was
Way
30.
better.
What are you talking about? It's always getting better.
No.
If you go to the cops now, Christine, because you were raped, what do you think? They're going to laugh at you? You fucked.
Yeah.
Not in this country.
No. They're gonna take it very seriously.
Yeah, bro. What do you think? It's not better now. That's insane. Of course it's better now. It's never going to be the best. You know why it can't be the best? Because people are still raping.
It's
The
impossible.
best would be for you not to get raped. That would be
Bro,
the best case scenario.
It's like yin yang.
Yeah, as long as people are raping, it's not going to be the best.
Yeah.
Remember when the cab driver was raping people? When cab drivers used to rape people in Montreal, and then they got pissed about Ubers, that Ubers are coming, and then a lot of people were saying, well, maybe you stop fucking raping people.
Yeah. Hold on, let me pull up that story.
Hey, remember that, dude? Remember the cab driver?
Was that? But you're acting like if it was a general thing. Fuck, you walked into a cab in Montreal and you got raped.
You can't say I was the only one.
Nah, but they were.
I don't know. Like, I don't think it was a generalized.
No, it wasn't a
thing.
generalized. It wasn't every cab driver, but it happened to a lot of women came out and said that it either attempted or weird shit would happen to them when they were late at night. They were going home a little tipsy or whatever. They would get a lot of weirdness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if they wanted to call them out or whatever, you don't know if you don't have a guy's license. But with Uber, right away you text Uber, you look at this motherfucker told me to come up to my house or whatever.
When I first started doing Uber and it was relatively new in the scene, as they say,
You raped 3 women.
I had a chick and she was happy that Uber existed and shit and the whole ecosystem, because one time it had happened to her that a taxi driver, like he sped right by her address.
Holy shit!
Yeah, she's like, what are you doing? It's here, and he just kept going.
There's a forest down the road. That's fucking scary, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what? Imagine like a guy does that, bro, and then he gets choked out, like from the back seat. Because if I fear like you just skip my stop and you're gonna kill me or some shit like that,
Oh,
bro,
we're both dying.
We're both dying.
We're both dying in this car, bro.
Yeah, I'm snapping your neck, bro.
We're going off a bridge.
I'm taking a risk. I'm putting the
together.
seatbelt on and snapping your neck.
We're going off a bridge together, bro.
I'm fucking waiting until you fucking turn that fucking steering wheel, bro. Let you go head first into a wall.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking chances, bro. So yeah, so technology though terrible for many things, making it safer for women and a lot of other stuff, and dudes too.
But that was one of their main arguments. I remember back in the time I was still in politics when they were lobbying the government to get the permits to run Uber, and they were meeting everyone. So I had sat down in one of those meetings, and one of their arguments was that it's like, listen, this is safe. People cannot get on the platform if they don't run a security check. We do everything. Check driver's records. You know who it is at all times. Like they're traceable. And that's a very valid point because taxi companies didn't even do that. They only woke up after Uber came into the scene, where they decided to get serious about who they were hiring in their taxis.
Well, I mean,
that's what you get, bro. Sometimes you need
a jolt.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, it did fuck a lot of taxi drivers who were depending on that permit that they had paid hundreds of thousands of dollars
they got
for their pension, and it was worth nothing at the end.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
They got screwed.
That's why this message goes out to all of the federal employees, provincial employees, government workers, except for like real government, like people in politics. They're shady. But to the police, to the firemen, to the doctors and nurses, don't just put your head down and bow to the government. They lie. They don't have your best interest. Think about it, police officers. You do whatever the government tells you. You become their militant wing. And then whenever everything calms down, what do? They fuck with your pensions. They don't give a shit. Support the people. The people. That's the real power. Stay together. Thug life. What's up? Revolution.
I had actually, just to go back to that taxi thing, it was during a campaign. I remember I had knocked on some woman's door, and her husband had just died. He had 2 taxi permits, 2. And she couldn't do anything with them. She goes, what the hell am I going to do now? My husband doesn't, my husband isn't alive anymore. Obviously, he was the only source of income. I inherited the 2 permits. I can't even sell them. They're worth nothing. What do I do? How do I live?
That's sad, bro.
You know? So yeah, there's a bad side to this technological advances. I mean, but that's how it is. I mean, the people that made money carrying people around with horse carriage, they fucking lost business because the car came around. Same thing happened to the cassette when the CDs, and same thing happened to the CDs when MP3s. So there's always this constant evolution. What do you want to do? You want to
evolve, or you stay where you are?
Yeah, but I feel for these people because now I mean the change happens so much faster than it used to. I mean, I don't know the time that it took to go from horses to cars. Not everyone had the car, so I mean now it's like technology advances at a rate so quickly that in a matter of a year things could have evolved dramatically.
Yeah, it's I remember when that happened with Uber stuff. It was so quick and instant. For the taxi drivers, it was because they weren't aware 100%. It took like a couple of months, and they were losing their shit. Like, wait, what's going on now? We're losing business. So I remember it was shocking to them, and a lot of people were just like, it's just the evolution, which I thought the same thing. But you're right. When I remembered about the permits, I actually felt bad because it's kind of like you buy a house right now for $500,000, and then a day later, like, yeah, this is worth $3, dude.
Yeah, it's worth nothing. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, a taxi permit was anywhere between $180,000 to $250,000, something like that. So obviously, it was a long-term investment. Don't you guys remember? I don't know if you guys, well, maybe you don't, but there was a guy that went live on LCN or Radio Canada. I can't remember, whatever. And this guy had like 10 or 15 taxi permits. So the man, I mean, this was his investment. This was his plan. He was live on air. He was explaining his situation to the reporter. Doesn't he pull out an X-Acto knife and start slicing his wrists?
What the fuck? Where was this?
Yeah, this was live. I think when this whole crisis was happening.
Some cab driver slit his wrists on live TV.
Yeah. He pulls out this X-Acto knife and he started slicing his wrist. Crazy. So yeah.
Well, the world's
but again, keep in mind. I mean, for every negative, there's always a positive, right? I mean, a lot of taxi companies when they saw this thing, they evolved as well. They created their platforms. I can't remember which taxi company it was. They invested money in making their own kind of online platform where you can order the cab and all that stuff. I don't know if it was as perfected as Uber was.
There was Taxi Theo with all electric cabbies.
No, Theo, what fucking happened? Alexandre Taillefer, this guy just saw an opportunity to fucking milk the government for cash. What he did,
It went belly up, no?
Of course, it went belly up.
of course, yeah, it didn't survive. He ended up buying, I can't remember how many taxi permits, and he took a government grant because of the environment friendly aspect, because everything was Teslas, right? It was like it's a green taxi and whatever.
Teslas, electric Kia Souls.
Everything electric, Poseidon. We get it.
And yeah, of course it didn't work. Is Theo still around, or 'cause I think they were bought out by was it Pelodo that bought them out?
I have no idea.
Probably.
I haven't seen one around in years.
Pelodo had something
Why
to do
don't
with
you
it.
give positive news? Like example, why don't you review Spider-Man No Way Home ever, George?
I haven't seen it, guys. I saw it online. Is it good?
It is the best
watched it?
Spider-Man movie ever made, if that's good to you.
I remember seeing the preview and I thought it was very strange because they were bringing back characters from other completely separate Spider-Man productions.
Exactly. It is so cool. They're mixing all the universes, and it's so much fun, so much fan service. A lot of sad moments. I cried many times. Actually, it even showed. It reminded me how Poseidon is not a human being. Like that's really when I was like, yeah, the kid's a fucking sociopath. It's because of Spider-Man No Way Home. That's how I remember that he's a sociopath.
What?
Because there's a moment, I'm not going to spoil it for people.
No, I was sad.
You stay quiet.
Hold on.
This is a movie theater packed, hundreds of people, okay? IMAX theater. There's it's a very sad moment. It's one of the saddest Marvel Universe moments. The people didn't expect it. I didn't expect it either. It made me sad. Right in the hearts. Right here in the hearts, okay? It was you expected it before watching the movie? You knew that was going to happen?
During
shut
the
up.
movie.
Stop talking. So everyone is shocked. The movie theater is silent. Everyone's just like gasping.
I got to go watch it now. Okay.
Gasping, okay? And then all I hear... and I knew. I go, this is Poseidon. So I turned to look 2-3 seats past me. Everyone's quiet, shocked, mouth open. Poseidon just eating popcorn, looking around. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Just eating popcorn. Okay. It was brutal. It was brutal.
Okay.
It's not his fault, man. It happened at that exact time. He was putting popcorn in his mouth. Whatever.
This was halfway through the movie. He was putting popcorn in his mouth the entire fucking film. Okay, all right. That was the moment you'd think he'd be like, holding the popcorn, like I can't believe what just happened. But instead, he's like, whatever. That shit happens. That's sad. Like he didn't care.
Okay, I'm gonna defend myself. Okay?
Oh,
I'm gonna defend myself.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, first of all, as I was watching the movie and the build up to that scene, I kind of saw it coming.
That's fine.
I was like, oh no,
that's fine. That's fine.
What I think is gonna happen is
that's
gonna happen.
Okay.
Don't spoil it.
Even
Don't
though
spoil it.
happen.
Yeah, then it happened. I was still sad watching it.
No, you weren't.
Of course I was.
No, I turned over. You were smiling, eating popcorn.
No.
You literally he looked like, you know when people watch Fast and Furious and there's explosions and shit and they're excited eating popcorn? That's the face he had. He's a sociopath. You heard it here first. Spider-Man No Way Home. Now the theaters are closed, but definitely worth your money if you like Spider-Man movies, if you like Marvel movies. If you like, it is so much fun.
Oh, good, because you know what? I felt that the preview was very bad. I don't know. Maybe
the preview wasn't bad. They were good, but the preview did not do it justice. The movie is so much bigger, so much better. A lot of fun.
Dude, there's actually two moments,
George, the Spider-Man movies.
George, there's actually 2 moments in that movie that'll make you really sad.
Yeah,
that made me sad.
Well, that made him sad.
Don't spoil.
No, they were both related to Spider-Man not being able to finish his popcorn. Those were just Poseidon sad. No, there's a few sad moments in the movie, but there's a lot of good there's a lot of movies like, there's a lot of exciting moments like that. Sure. Yeah. I was like a child, like I am every day. Yeah, it was a good time. I was very happy. Thank God I got to watch it the day before they closed the theaters.
It felt like I don't know. I'm not gonna keep talking.
You're gonna spoil the movie for everyone?
No, I wasn't gonna spoil, but it felt like it was very grand. Like it was like multiple movies in a movie. Like,
of course it was grand. Yeah.
Look, guys, I gotta say something. I was not a big comic book fan, or I never followed these things.
Don't hate yourself,
nerd.
No, but Marvel has done an amazing job with the movies, especially the recent ones. They're just.
Bro, no one expected it, but Batman's in the movie. Oh fuck! I shouldn't have said that.
mixing Marvel and DC. No, so yeah, I think, and I was super excited when that first Spider-Man movie came out because I was always wondering like, why the fuck they made Superman, they made Batman, and when that first Spider-Man movie came out with Tobey Maguire, I was super excited.
Yeah.
It sucked. Fuck. I didn't like it.
It wasn't that good at the time. It was amazing, but looking back at it, it wasn't that good. But it's the best we got.
Tobey Maguire sucked, man. It got
No,
good.
the
with
third
Andrew
one was
Garfield.
very bad. The third one was. I like. By the way, Andrew Garfield, the Amazing Spider-Man. People talk
love
shit about it.
that
I
one.
love that one.
I loved his
I
Spider-Man.
haven't watched them.
Did he only do one or two?
One or two. Two.
Two, yeah.
He's done two. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were amazing, and even this younger kid now, he's not bad.
Tom Holland, the young version, yeah, I like it. I like Tom Holland. I have no issues with any of the Spider-Men. They all did their own specific thing at the time. Like the Tobey Maguire one, you had a guy that was coming from like independent movies, Sam Raimi. He did the best he could with his skill set and the budget he had and all that, and it was great for the time. They cut corners where they could and all that, but it was a great movie for the time. People loved it. The third one felt like just the laziest fucking
Oh my
shit
god,
ever.
it was fucking crap.
Yeah, the third one. I remember watching it in the theaters, and I actually during the movie being disappointed. I was like,
Like
I'm
what
so
a
excited.
horrible way to bring in Venom. Like it's like
it
his
was bad.
biggest fucking name. Like couldn't you have done something better?
Yeah, it
But
wasn't
by the
good.
way, fun fact about all the Spider-Men. Did you know they all ended up dating their on-screen love affairs?
What do you mean?
So like Tobey Maguire, his Spider-Man was in love with Mary Jane and whatever. He ended up dating her in real life. And
Did they really?
Yeah, and then Andrew Garfield ended up dating Emma Stone in real life.
I don't know what you're trying. This happens almost every movie when the actors are single, and sometimes even when they're with someone, they end up dating because you
What,
work together.
Is Tom Holland dating what's her face?
Zendaya, yeah, of course, for a while.
And the producer tried to stop it. She tried to stop it.
The producer of the new Spider-Man.
Of the Spider-Man, even the Amazing Spider-Man, she had brought them aside and she's like, "Don't fucking do it. Don't end up dating for real."
I want to bang Andrew Garfield. There's a reason why I got him to play Spider-Man. I was gonna suck that spider cock, but no, Emma Stone has a job. I'm not losing another man to you gingers. She's all upset.
She was cute in as a blonde.
She's cute in general. Emma Stone's a cutie.
No.
Yeah, she has that lisp.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why would you even
Fuck
try to
fuck
stop
a
that?
taff, Spider-Man.
I'm gonna fuck your dick. I'm gonna fuck the web right out of you.
Oh god,
All right.
your mother must be proud.
Very.
Yeah, I didn't know about Tom Holland and what's her face?
Zendaya, yeah, it's all in the tabloids because they're all making fun of them because she's taller than him.
But look, guys, I don't read tabloids, but I saw something come up with the guy from Dune and her.
Ooh, you think she's double dipping? No, I think that was just a rumor.
What? Sorry.
That because she was in Dune, that she's dating the guy from Dune,
Who was in Dune?
some new actor.
Timothy, what's his face?
Oh, the guy that was in that medieval movie with the French and English, the Netflix movie.
With the black hair, the kid there.
Yeah.
She might have dated him too. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. These Hollywood types, they're sacrificing kids. They're dating each other. Who knows?
They
Who fucking
sacrificed,
cares?
yeah.
But I think the Tom Holland one is the cuter couple. I think no.
Yeah, it depends who you ask. The tabloids are upset that he's shorter than her. They go, she deserves a tall king.
But like I looked at them on screen. There's barely any difference.
Okay, on screen, that's stupid what you said. That's not real life.
No, but even when they were
On screen, Tom Cruise is the same height as me.
No,
In
but-
real life, if he runs into me, he gave me stand-up head.
That's Tom Cruise because he's insecure about his
No,
height.
they all to make the movie look good. They all adjust that shit. Obviously,
No, but
'Cause
he
it
was
wouldn't
still
make
shorter
sense.
than her in the movie.
Stop saying that. It's not real. It's not real. They do a lot of stuff in the movie. Same thing with Iron Man. What's his name? What's his fucking name? Robert Downey Jr. They
yeah.
do it with all the actors that are short. They do it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, so it can look good the way it's supposed to look and the way they plan it.
Yeah, they did it. Fuck, what's wrong with me? Fuck, with Sylvester Stallone. Do you know how short he is compared to Dolph Lundgren in Rocky 4? They're like fucking almost eye to eye. It's like, what the fuck's going on here?
By the way, I never knew Sylvester Stallone was short
Yeah, he's
until
short
until
too.
a few months ago. Until like a few weeks ago. I didn't know this man was short. I thought this man was a giant. You see him in Rambo, you think he's a fucking tall motherfucker.
Yeah.
They're filming in Greece, the new Expendables.
Oh, really?
The new what?
Expendables, okay.
The fourth in Thessaloniki.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's true. I did see photos of Jason Statham with a bunch of Northern Greeks, selfies and such.
So Spider-Man is a good movie.
Spider-Man's a great fucking movie, guys. You don't understand. It is a great way. He has no way home. No way home, the kid.
When is it coming out on? I guess it's going to be Disney Plus.
It's in the theater. Look, because all the theaters around the world now are closed. North America, they might put it on like Disney Plus sooner because where else are people going to watch it? Or they might put out for rental. It's worth, like, say if it comes out to rent for $30 for your family, it's worth it. You pay $30 like you're going to the theaters. You're gonna love that movie, bro.
Yeah.
I loved it. I can't wait till I can own it. That's how much I liked it.
The next sequel is Spider-Man Homeless.
Yeah, he's homeless. He's got no way home.
And then the sequel.
No, the
after
next
that,
one. Oh, God, he's continuing. The joke wasn't funny the first time, but the next thing after this is gonna be the Doctor Strange shit. I want to see.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Did you see The Matrix? It just came out. It just came out and the movie theaters are closed. Where am I going to see the fucking Matrix, Antonio? Where am I gonna
What?
see
There's a new Matrix?
Where have you been living, George? There's a new Matrix Resurrections came out today.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It's on HBO Max. Go watch it when you go home.
With Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, you don't have HBO Max. I don't know why you're snapping your fingers.
But you can rent it, no?
No, you can watch on HBO Max. HBO Max.
I think I do have HBO Max.
You don't have HBO Max. I know you don't have HBO Max.
Oh yeah, true. You're right.
Yeah.
So what's the storyline in the new Matrix? I don't understand. I thought it ended in the last one. I mean, I don't get it.
You thought it ended. It didn't end.
They closed the movie pretty well, no? In the third one?
You thought they did, but they didn't. That's what I'm telling you, is they didn't. There's more stuff. I haven't seen it, but the story continues. It's kind of like a soft reboot.
I hope it doesn't suck. Fuck, honestly, because some movies, they're
I'm
just
going to be honest, it
meant to
probably
end
will
exactly
suck.
when
The
they
new
end.
Matrix.
It will probably suck, but I'm still going to watch it. Big fan of The Matrix.
Big time. And I think that the trilogy was just perfect. Every fucking movie, like every one of those made sense. It ended perfectly. I thought, good, leave it, don't touch it. A fourth one, fuck, I did it. Okay.
I only liked the first one. 2 and 3, I didn't really care. I was like, I could do or do without them. I didn't like them that much. The first one I loved, though.
The first one was incredible. The second one was good. The third one was a little far-fetched there, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it was okay. It was, I've seen worse.
Wait till you see the fourth one.
Yeah, I enjoyed all of them, but I have to agree. The first one is my favorite one.
Yeah, Keanu.
I did not understand what the fuck was going on. Like 10 minutes in the movie, I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? Like, I think I came to my senses kind of like there around
first
half
one?
an hour into the movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
It took me a while to understand what the fuck was going on.
That's funny.
It's the same. It's
Look, I'm not
it's like
big
your
into
reaction to this
sci-fi.
COVID.
I wasn't into this genre, so I'm like, okay, what just happened? How is she in midair like that? Like,
I
she just
remember.
froze.
I remember watching it at my cousin's house for the holidays.
The Matrix?
The Matrix, the first one, and I fucking loved it as a kid. I was like, yo, this is wild.
He said stuff and he had nothing. He just repeated what he said before that he likes the movie. He just put a time to it. He's like, I saw it at a house and I was fucking loved it.
I heard something, and I hope it's not true, that they're gonna make an Inception 2, which I hope they don't. I hope it's just a stupid rumor.
The Inception 2 should be the making of Inception. That's Inception.
Because that movie was, for me, it was
no, but
just
you have to
leave
have,
it there, don't touch it.
No, I think you have to have an Inception too.
No, you don't.
No, why?
It's actually the opposite, because the way it ended, it's way better for it to be a classic film if you don't know.
I understand, but
I don't think you do, because you're going to justify why they should have
I
it.
need closure.
Yeah, that's why they shouldn't do it. Yeah. I'm of a simple mind.
No, I understand the ending, but it just I need closure. It's
It
traumatic.
was a
to me,
frustrating.
okay?
It was frustrating, that ending, when it just went black. We're like, what the fuck? No, I can't finish like this. Come on.
I know the real ending. And I promised I will never share it, so I won't share it today. Yep.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
How dare you?
What do you mean? I didn't make it up.
But how dare you not share it?
I can't share it
Why?
because I made a promise and this is on video.
Who cares about the ending, man? I mean, just
I do.
enjoy the way the movie was done. But there's a book. In the book, because I haven't read it, is this how it ends, or is it more?
It's not supposed to end the way it ends in the book. It's supposed to end the way the original script was written, the original one that was floating around. that didn't have the same cut as in the movie.
I usually like ambiguous endings, but like this one bothered me.
No, it frustrated you, man, because
it
you
frustrated
really
you,
wanted
because you really
him
wanted
to
to
get
know.
back. Yeah, to get back to his life, and it's like, where is he? Is this true or not? It's really, really a great concept. I love that movie.
I thought it was a little too long.
It was a little too long, but then again, what was the last one? The Scorsese film? Fuck, that was 3.5 hours.
The Irishman, that was very long.
Yeah.
It had the
But it
worst
was so good.
CGI ever.
Yeah, that was bad, man. That scene where he comes out of the store, the convenience store, to beat up the guy or whatever. It shows, dude. It's like the guy has a 20-year-old face, but he's walking like a 75-year-old grandpa.
Oh, bro. So
yeah.
they should have just contacted our friend Gapes. He would have made the special effects work. But no. They let Scorsese do it.
That kid, Fike, he's been making gold. That fucking thing he did with the Lion King.
Oh, dude.
Oh, fuck, bro. I was laughing for a whole week. I kept playing it over and over again. It was so fucking hilarious.
Gapes is the unsung hero
Yeah.
of all the shit we do.
Which just reminded me, he sent me something.
Yeah? Tell you to go
Afterward.
fuck yourself.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. He said he was uploading something, and I forgot to check it out.
Yeah.
It was a couple of days ago. Let me find him. I get too many messages. I keep losing people. Did he send it in here? I don't know.
Bing bong.
Oh, maybe he did. Oh, V2 music. Oh, Poseidon election stuff. Oh, he's got all kinds of shit here.
Yeah.
God. Oh, this is hilarious. He's working on a book. Oh, fuck. He's working on a lot of stuff, eh? Oh,
It's in the pasta now.
It's in the pasta now. You saw that?
Yeah. Oh, he's in the chat. Thank you, dudes. Happy holidays.
Hey, he's the man.
Happy holidays to you too, Gapes. All the
Happy
best.
holidays, Gapes. Yeah, we got to get with, after the holidays, we got to get with Gapes, get him in here, do some
Yeah.
shit with him until before they fucking ship him out somewhere else.
Yeah.
So,
is he here? Is he from Montreal?
yep.
Okay, cool.
It's
What's the matter? Yeah. Jesus Christ, this kid's a fucking weirdo, but we still love him. Guys, if you enjoyed this, remember to head over to patreon.com/Pantelis, patreon.com/Pantelis. Links are in the description. Join the nation. Movie nights are coming back. Exclusive podcasts. Get things early. Join the nation on Discord. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Also, Discord. The link's up everywhere. Look at my Linktree link if you can't find it. I put that shit on most of the podcasts. I think we're going to put on this one too. Or just go to the website, panteliscomedy.com. All the links are there. If you enjoyed this, we got George Andrizos. He's got another podcast. It's called Just Us Dads. Him and a bunch of other daddies get together and talk about how close they were to getting the Ronas. Hint, spoiler alert, very close. 3 feet. That's how close. George can also be found hosting the Backstage podcast, a famous podcast that interviews people backstage. Links in the description. Follow George. Our boy Phil Bellabano's not here today, but you can also follow him. Links are in the description. He could also make a commercial for you. He could make what we like to call a social propaganda film. Put it up there. Put it on the internet. Get your business up and running so that the government could shut it down and you go bankrupt later. The Poseidon 69 on Twitter and Instagram for our producer with the most. The Poseidon 69 is his handle on Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch, twitch.tv/ThePoseidon69. PantelisComedy.com for all of my stuff. New episode 2 Drink Minimum drops everywhere, including YouTube in 2 minutes. Check that out. It was a great episode we had last night over here at the Pantelis Comedy Studios since they shut the bar down. Thank you guys. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us, but most importantly, go fuck yourselves.